When Love Isn't Enough. A tale of tragedy and heartache. In the misty town of Oakwood, a rich boy named Edward roams the streets, lost in thought. He yearns for something he has never had before, something that can't be bought with money. As he wanders aimlessly, he catches sight of a girl named Sarah. She is a poor girl who works in the local diner, but her beauty takes Edward's breath away. They lock eyes, and in that moment, Edward knows that he has found what he has been looking for. Sarah is kind-hearted and her smile lights up the whole room. Despite her poverty, she has a strong spirit that captivates Edward's heart. As they start spending more time together, their love blossoms. They go on long walks, picnics in the park, and romantic dinners under the stars. Sarah is hesitant at first, knowing that their social status is vastly different, but Edward's love for her is sincere and pure. One day, Sarah falls ill. Edward is devastated and spends every waking moment by her side, praying for her recovery. But as the days pass, Sarah's condition deteriorates, and the doctors can't do anything to save her. Edward is heartbroken, knowing that he is going to lose the love of his life. As Sarah takes her last breath, Edward's world crumbles. He feels as though he has lost a part of himself. He can't bear the thought of living without her, and he falls into a deep despair. He is haunted by memories of their time together, and he is unable to move on from the pain of losing her. As he wanders the streets of Oakwood, Edward is consumed by grief. He knows that he will never forget Sarah and that her memory will always hold a special place in his heart. He spends his days in solitude, refusing to speak to anyone or leave his home. As time passes, Edward starts to feel a strange presence in his house. He hears strange noises and sees shadows moving in the corners of his eyes. At first, he thinks that it's his imagination playing tricks on him, but as the days go by, the presence becomes more and more real. One night, Edward wakes up to find Sarah standing at the foot of his bed. He is shocked and frightened, not knowing what to do. Sarah tells him that she has come back for him, and that they can be together again. Edward is torn, not knowing whether to believe what he is seeing or to dismiss it as a hallucination. As the nights pass, Sarah's visits become more frequent. Edward starts to feel as though she is watching him all the time, even when she is not physically there. He starts to lose his grip on reality, and his mental state begins to deteriorate. One day, Edward's butler comes to check on him, only to find that he has gone mad. Edward is screaming and shouting, unable to distinguish between reality and Sarah's ghostly visits. The butler calls for a doctor, who arrives and sedates Edward. From that day on, Edward spends the rest of his life in a mental asylum. He is forever trapped in his own mind, haunted by the memories of Sarah and the specter of her ghostly visits. He never recovers from his mental breakdown, and he dies alone, surrounded by the emptiness of his shattered mind. In the end, Edward realizes that love is a powerful force that can bring joy or pain. He learns the hard way that love can't be bought or controlled, and that it can have devastating consequences. He realizes that his love for Sarah was real, but that his grief for her death consumed him and led him to his own destruction. Edward's fate serves as a cautionary tale, a warning to all those who seek love without realizing its true value. His tragic story serves as a reminder that love is a precious gift that should be cherished and nurtured, no matter what the cost. As the years go by, the town of Oakwood remembers the story of Edward and Sarah. Their love, though short-lived, is still talked about in hushed whispers, and their tragic fate is a reminder of the power of love and the consequences of losing it. In the end, Edward and Sarah's love story becomes a legend, a tale of romance and tragedy that is told and retold throughout the generations. Their memory lives on, a testament to the enduring power of love and the human heart.